All right, welcome everyone. Welcome. This is Julie Geigle, your host, and I've got the lovely Susan Schuler here with me, our co-host. And this is our second year of our SHINE Mastermind 2019. I can't believe an entire year has flown by like this. But we are excited to bring this to you again. This is 2 hours of nonstop action, and we're gonna have some fun, a little bit of fun, and you're gonna learn a few things, but you are going to remove blocks that have been keeping you stuck, and meet an awesome group of women, and really get to experience what it's like to be in a mastermind. If you've never mastermind before, you're in for a real treat. Because a mastermind is something exclusive, and it's something incredibly special that can help you take your life, your business, personal, professional, whatever it is that you want, to a whole new level. We are able to tap into a power that we are unable to harness all by ourselves on our own. We're able to tap into a larger power to help us create and manifest in our life. And it is incredibly awesome. I know last year when we hosted this, some exciting things happened in my own personal life. Even though Susan and I are just here to guide you, it spills out into everything. And it's pretty exciting how all of that rolls out. Okay, so my hair's bothered me. Sorry about that. But we're going to go ahead and jump in. I've got an awesome PowerPoint to share with you. And then Susan is going to be drawing a number between 1 to 100. So while you're listening to me, I want you to be thinking about what your number is, because we are going to pick 6 lucky people tonight will get to participate directly in a mastermind, which means that each of you will get 10 minutes in the hot seat to ask any questions, get any help in anything that you're experiencing in your life. Because Susan and I not only host an annual mastermind, but our mastermind is a psychic mastermind. Ooh. And even just saying that, it's a psychic medium mastermind, because Susan especially specializes in mediumship. And if you know me, you know I channel Metatron. So we are all about that incredible afterlife and spiritual dimension. So it's really exciting, and the energy is so incredible. 99, when I saw that number, Metatron immediate was like, boom, that's the date. Metatron loves digits, consecutive digits. Okay, so we're going to jump into that PowerPoint. Here we go. Rock and roll with my share button. And I see we have 24 with us right now, Susan, so I'm really excited. And Susan will be picking a number between 1 and 100. And she will be we will be choosing the 6 lucky winners that will actually get the hot seat, the free psychic medium reading, if you will, the free inspiration. So the PowerPoint that I'm going to share with you right now should be about 15 minutes. I'm pretty tight with my time. Just give me a second. I have someone who can't get in. All right, so this is Julie and Susan's SHINE Mastermind. If you registered for this class, you're in the right place. And so I think we did the sound test. We're all good. Everybody can hear us. And I just love Tom Cruise. He's so cute in this picture. Okay, so welcome everyone. I'd love it if you would please share your first name, the state you live in, and what called you to join us here today on this mastermind in the chat. So it's really critical, if you want to be included in the 6 people that the drawing that we're going to do, that you know that you can use your chat. because that's how we will be choosing names. We will post the number in the chat room. Well, Susan will share it with us live here. And then in the chat room, people will post their numbers in the chat room, and then Susan will call out the winners. And so, Susan, I'm going to have you run the chat room. Be sure to...
I already did it as an example, so everybody can follow suit.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay. And there you go. So post that in the chat room, and Susan's going to share with us in a minute a few things about that. All right, so our promise to you today, we are going to show you how masterminding helps you navigate through challenges using the collective intelligence, which is actually your intuition, of others, and tap into a creative force that expedites the manifesting process. It's pretty cool how it works. And we have a special bonus. If you stay until the end and decide to go on the masterminding journey with us, we'll give you the opportunity to get your hands on a special bonus we just added to the program. It's only for those of you that are with us live. It is not for anyone who listens to the replay. I know getting here live on time is difficult, so we really want to reward you for that. Make sure you're turning off all distractions. Together, we create a sacred space with our attention and intention. So even if you don't get chosen as one of the 6 that are masterminding with us tonight, you are still going to receive valuable information that is going to help you move forward in your own situation, in your own life. So you are in the right place if you're trying to figure things out on your own and could use some support. Number 2, if you're tired of the monotony of your life and bored, you'd like to stop just existing and start living. Number 3, you have a million things to do but feel like you're spinning your wheels. And I love this quote: before coffee, I'm a hot mess. After, I'm a wide awake hot mess. So there's that. Sounds like me. Okay, so number 4, you feel anxious or depressed. It's hard to take charge of your life and create anything magical from this space. Number 5, you feel invisible and are ready to be heard and seen. So which one resonates most with you? I want you to go ahead and post the number. Is it number 1, you've come here for some support? Number 2, you're bored in your life and you're looking for what's next? 3, you feel like you're spinning your wheels. You've got so much going on that every day you're just getting, you're running from one thing to the next. Number 4, you're feeling anxious and depressed. Maybe you're worried about what's happening in the future, or you're depressed about things that didn't go well for you. Or number 5, you feel invisible, like you're not seen or heard. I'm getting a little feedback. Susan, are you getting feedback? I'm going to go ahead and hit mute all again. I apologize for any feedback if you're hearing that. Okay, we are here for you 150%. So whatever your motivation is, you're not alone today, and all of us here today are showing up for you 100%. We're not, it's not only Susan and I, but all of us are coming together to show up for each other. Okay, and I'm trying to open my chat box. There we go. Megan, she's a number 4. Bonnie's a 3. And I'm going to bounce back just so I can remember what the numbers are. Can you tell, Susan, what's the most popular? We got some 1s. Pixels 3, 4, and 5. Alexis, we've got 1 for support, 2 for bored, 3 spinning wheels, 4 anxious, depressed, 5 invisible. Sunny,
I was going to say, Sunny said Sunny doesn't have any other things going on, but I think we're seeing lots of 1s.
Yeah, I see that too. And Sunny, you should not be charged if you're on your phone. If you're concerned about that, make sure you switch over to the link. it takes 2 seconds to download the Zoom app. And then Susan, you posted the ID number in the chat box. Can you post that again, Susan? Susan, I cannot hear you.
It won't allow me to unmute myself with ease. It's like I have to go through 3 steps. Hang on a second. I'll post it again.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, and so we've got people from all over the state. Alexis is from Texas. Sunny is from California. You shouldn't. Oh, yeah, because I'm in Wisconsin. Janet's from Washington. Ruth is from Washington State. Catherine is California. A few Eau Claire. Nicole, California. Albuquerque, if I can say that, Arizona. We've got people from all over, Susan. That's so exciting. Los Angeles, Wisconsin, Ohio, New York.
Just saw New Orleans.
Wow, that's really exciting. Okay. All right, I got to get rolling here. Okay, we're here for you. Just a little bit about us, and then Susan's going to take a minute to introduce herself. This is my family. I'm married. I've been married to my husband forever. We started dating when I was 16, and I'm 54. All right. So we have 2 beautiful children. Janae is on my right. Marcus is on my left. And we've got 2 beautiful granddaughters. Paige is right next to me. And Marcus is holding the new baby Finley. She's just adorable. I just posted a picture of her in a Raider outfit. OMG, she's so cute. And his significant other, Tiffany, and then Janae's significant other, Mike. And Mike and Kurt are holding our dogs. We've got 2 Yorkie Poos, Ginger and CJ, who are the love of our life. And Acela, the cat. She won't hold still long enough for a picture. So just a little bit about me. I used to be a school teacher. I taught 6th grade for almost 10 years. I loved it. Oh my gosh, I love teaching. I actually miss it. Imagine that. And I have a master's in education. And I opened up Heaven Sent Healing in 2007. And so it's been almost 12 years. Whoa, I'm going on 13 years. Oh my gosh. It just feels like yesterday. So I work primarily as an international psychic medium and a spiritual counselor. I'm also a awakened healer, Reiki master teacher, a Ho'oponopono instructor, clinical hypnotherapist, and I will be sharing some hypnosis with you tonight. That's amazing. Ordained minister, and I am a certified meditation instructor. So I have lots of letters and numbers and all kinds of fun stuff behind my name. I do the work. I walk the talk. I most recently have been involved with the Golden Age mission, which is changing my life, moving me into those awakened states and enlightenment where I have the deepest and purest connection with my spiritual team. It is so exciting. But that's just a little bit about me. We're going to hand it over to Susan. And Susan, are you able to pin your video?
Pin my video? I don't know what you mean by that.
I don't think so, because I'm in the PowerPoint. So I'm going to have you just talk.
That's fine. I can do that. I'm good at just talking. I too was a high school English teacher. I taught English for almost 25 years. And I have been doing my spiritual work. I started really delving into it, I think in the late 90s when I took into transcendental meditation. And from there, it just sort of went down the rabbit hole. Wasn't it? I mean, Julie, it is kind of a rabbit hole. You know how that is.
I do.
But I didn't start sitting in development circles until about 2007. And like many of you who are intuitives realize, once things kind of start kicking in, everything kicks in really quickly. So I sat in circles for several years. I've trained with pretty much everybody in the psychic and mediumship community that there is to train with. Both Julie and I, as you probably have figured out already, are learning junkies. So because we're learning junkies, we have a very broad range of information from meditation to Reiki healing, to mediumship development, to psychic. We both teach. So yeah, I'm just very, very, I don't know. I'm just a learning junkie. I don't know how else to say it. Julie?
I totally relate. That's just so funny because I swear all teachers are.
Mm-hmm. And the funny thing about this class, and the reason it's so, I wish when I was starting off in my own business, I wish I'd had a support system. And I mean, Julie and I are lucky. We met through Shay Parker's Best American Psychics. And that was a little bit of a support group, but we didn't have anything like this. And I think that's why when Julie mentioned doing this, I was like, sign me up. I'm all for this.
I know. And I was shocked, Susan, that you have never masterminded before.
Yeah, it was a total new concept to me. I was just telling one of our people here today, Crystal, hi, Crystal, that when you mentioned it to me, I had to do research on it. I'm like, what's this mastermind you speak of?
I'm like, no, you're in California. You're like my rock star over there in Hollywood.
Oh, it's not as glamorous as you think.
All right. So I want you to go on a trip with me. I want you to imagine. Can you imagine what it would feel like to wake up every day energized, focused, and decisive? Your day's filled with support, clarity, and action. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I want you to type in that chat room, how satisfied are you? With 10 being the best and 1 being not so much. So how satisfied are you with your life today? And I'll give you a moment to do that, and then Susan can share some of those results with us. So what is a mastermind? If you're new to masterminding like Susan was, a mastermind really is an opportunity to gather together in a small group and do some brainstorming. It also gives you an opportunity to learn and to grow. And one of the main components of a mastermind is accountability, that you set a goal and then you have to show up every other week. We meet, it's 3 months. Over the course of 3 months, we meet every other week, and you have to show up, and we're all staring at you going, okay, what have you done this week? And I mean, we're not going to beat you with a, wet noodle or anything, but sometimes we just need that accountability to know that someone is going to ask us that question. So you receive support like none other in this raised vibrational frequency, and it also helps to sharpen your business and personal skills. And Susan, do we have some results from that? How satisfied are you with 10 the best?
First of all, I just have to mention Catherine's was a hoot. And I know Catherine, she gave us a 5.75. So she's being rather particular and specific. And she said that's on a specific day. But there were, most of us, I want to say, probably were like 7, 8s. There were a couple 2s and 4s along there. So to me, it's kind of... it was higher or lower, not a lot in the middle.
I love it. I love it. All right. So what is a mastermind? A mastermind group helps you and your mastermind group members achieve success. So literally, the simple version, we all come together to achieve success, to create a life that we love. Members challenge each other to set strong goals, but most importantly, to accomplish them. So it's like your own cheerleading team. 7 reasons to join Susan and I in this psychic mastermind that's going to help you shine. Number 1, it's exclusive. Susan and I do not offer this particular mastermind program at any other time throughout the year. We do it once a year. It runs 6 sessions for 3 months, and that's it. So this is an exclusive 6 people that are coming together once a year for this special occasion. Number 2, advisement. A team of advisors devoted entirely to your success. So think about, if you could choose your dream team, who would be on it? Wouldn't you love to have 2 nationally recognized, top-rated psychic mediums on your dream team? I know I would.
I want to be the Power Ranger wearing purple though, Julie.
No, just on that, I was like, oh my gosh, because there was another one I was going to go with, and I was like, oh, Susan's going to love the superheroes. Reason number 3, we collaborate together on projects. We become involved in each other's life. I love this quote, unity is strength. When there is teamwork and collaboration, wonderful things can be achieved. Number 4, extending your network. Extend your network and meet new people. I don't know if you're like me. I own my own business. I work out of my own home. And aside from clients, I don't really have a whole much of a life. So this really gets you outside your box. It gets you meeting new people and engaging in a way that you ordinarily wouldn't with other people. Number 5, it gives you a new perspective. And don't worry if you're not psychic or medium, because you're still an excellent candidate. We're all sensitive. You would not know Susan and I if you weren't sensitive. And for some people, it's just that gut feeling, that inner knowing. So you don't have to be these awesome psychic people to come together and join us in this group. We are looking for anyone. I outlined those 5 people we're looking for, and if you fit into one of those categories, this is a perfect fit for you. So reason number 5 is a new perspective. Each person brings unique skills, experiences, and connections, offering different perspectives to situations. And this quote I love, you don't need a new life, just a new lens through which to view the one you have. That is like the biggest thing I've been learning with this golden age. It's incredible. All right, so quickly reviewing benefits of a mastermind. You'll be able to ask questions. You'll be able to get feedback from highly intuitive people and professional psychic mediums. It'll give you an opportunity to brainstorm all of the options and opportunities you have in your life. It will also help you to map out a specific strategy. And it's a safe place to rant. Sometimes we just need to get things off our chest, and then we can move on. And this is a safe place to do that. And it's an opportunity for you to be supported in your life in areas where you are feeling isolated. So while you're here, you showed up today, and even though you're incredibly busy for a specific reason, you're tired. You're tired of going through the motions day in and day out with more of the same and nothing to look forward to. Maybe you showed up today because you're looking for connection. You're tired of going it alone and you need some real help. Maybe you're here because you're struggling to get focused and take action. Maybe you're here because you just want to be happy. You're ready to step out of your fear and create more joy. Maybe you came today because you feel invisible, like your life doesn't matter or what you do doesn't count. And you're ready to heal that pain of that story and write a new ending. We can help you do that. So tonight you have 2 choices. Choice number 1, you come and you experience this class, you leave, you continue doing what you've always done, and you make no changes or you try anything new. Option 2, you have another choice. You can 100% commit to change and join us for our SHINE Mastermind program. And 1 year from now or sooner, maybe in 3 months, you wake up experiencing the best version of yourself and excited about the changes that you've made in your life. So Susan and I want to take a minute to invite you to our SHINE Mastermind 2019 program. So tonight you get an actual sneak peek. We're going to roll through things kind of fast forward speed, but this is what it's going to be like. And so our promise to you is that this program, SHINE Mastermind 2019, is going to enable you to take your life to a whole new level, initiating powerful changes to your personal and professional world. This experience will help you feel more supported, get focused, take purposeful action, increase your joy, and enable you to finally feel heard and seen in your life. So it's a 6-week mastermind program. We start tonight is actually the first session. So it's 7. If you joined us here tonight, you get 7 sessions. So it officially starts in 2 weeks, but we meet every other Monday, 6 meetings over a 3-month period, and it meets from 7 to 9 p.m. So this program, because you get two professional psychic mediums, is actually valued at $4,800. Literally, you do the research out there. Some of those programs are even higher. I mean, a lot of those programs are a lot higher. But that's what the average program is per host, if you will. Tonight, only for our live participants. The replay people, I'm really sorry, but this is not included with the replay. We do have an early bird special we're running, I think, for 24 hours. But the fast action bonus, it ends tonight at midnight, and it's priced at $777. And I'm so excited about this one. If you have any questions, go ahead and post them in the chat room. Susan is going to be fielding those questions. You can register over at js2019.eventbrite.com. But we have sweetened it, the pot, even just a little bit more. And we have added, as an extra special bonus for the live people here tonight only, you also, if you join, I think we've got it set for 30 minutes after the class ends. If you join within 30 minutes of this class closing out, we might run over a few minutes, but I'll set that timer for 30 minutes. You will receive a free spiritual assessment, a one-on-one private session with Susan and I for 30 minutes. And this is valued at $250. Those who register by the end of class today, and I will extend that for an extra 30 minutes, will receive this extra special bonus. Again, that link is js2019.eventbrite.com. All right, Susan. I'm going to turn it over to Susan. She's going to go ahead and, did we have any questions, Susan?
Oh, no, none that I could see here. Oh, dear. The lights.
All right. So, Susan, I'm going to have you go ahead and post. Tell us what the number. Oh, we do have a participant with a raised hand. So, Debbie, go ahead and unmute yourself and share your question with us.
Sorry, that was at the very beginning.
And did you get that answered?
Yes, quite a while ago.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, I'll try to stay on top of that. So I am impressed. Debbie knows how to raise her hand. If you have any questions, feel free to raise your hand or post that in the chat room. Susan, my lovely Susan, you just wait a second. I need to get the chat up so I can watch the numbers coming in. All right.
So does everybody know that they're supposed to put down their number between 1 to 100?
Yep. Right now in the chat room, I need, and you can only pick one number in the chat room. I need you to post a number from 1 to 100. And Susan, you wrote down your number on a piece of paper, correct?
I absolutely did.
Excellent, Susan. And as you're looking at the numbers, if you see anybody hit it, or 5 points within the number up or down, they are a winner.
Okay.
Susan, can you text me what that number is?
Sure.
So I can help.
Thanks.
Okay, and if you're having a hard time with the chat, I just had somebody, Carrie, you can go ahead and post your number on Messenger. I'm checking that. You can post your number privately on Messenger or unmute yourself. If you're having a hard time with the chat, feel free to unmute yourself and tell us what your number is. Okay, Susan, do we have a winner yet?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out.
Okay, I'm seeing, it says Susie's iPhone Number 13 is the number that Susie had put down. So I have several Susies here. So Susie, you are the first winner. And
Are you sure? Have you looked at all the numbers?
I thought I only had one Susie here. Oh, Alexis says my audios. Oh, Susie Dyer. Yes. Okay, perfect. Alexis says my audio is cutting in and out. Okay, so we're not taking numbers anymore. And
okay.
Yeah.
And if I'm reading this correctly, which hopefully I am, Susie at 13. Oh, guys, my number was 17.
And Joanne hit it on the head, so we're going to put her down as number 2.
Yeah, I think we have 2 Amandas. We have Amanda who's got 11 and Debbie who's got 11. Is that correct?
We have Amanda Love who has 16.
Mm-hmm. But there's, okay. So I've got Susie at 13, Kathleen at 22, Debbie at 11, Amanda at 16, Joan at 17, and Amanda at 11. Is that correct?
Did you get 16 at, did you get the number Amanda Love at 16?
I have 2 Amandas, one at 16 and one at 11.
Does the second Amanda have anything after her name besides Amanda?
F. Oh, no, that's Debbie. Oh, boy. Amanda Love, I see. Susie, I see. Okay, maybe I was wrong with 2 Amandas.
Okay, give them to me again. Susie at 13, Joanne at 17.
Okay, I've got Susie at 13, Kathleen at 22, Debbie at 11, Amanda at 16, Joan at 17. So then who was the other? Oh, and then Debbie's got no, who had the other 11? I thought there were 2 11.
Amanda.
Okay, so there was an Amanda that got a 16 and an Amanda that got an 11.
What was Joan at?
Joan is 17.
Oh, Joanne. Unless I'm pronouncing that wrong.
Yeah, Joanne, sorry.
Okay, yes. And then we have 2 Amandas, Amanda at 11 and Amanda at 16.
But maybe I'm wrong with that. I only see the 111 now. Yeah, so there's only one.
Well, I saw Amanda Love with 16. Yeah, Amanda Love had 16.
Yes, so there's no other one. So then we need one more.
No, I've got
Susie. I've got Kathleen.
I've got Amanda Debbie at 11, F. You said you don't have Amanda at 11.
Right, correct. I've got Debbie F. I've got Amanda Love. And then we need one more.
We have Debbie Philby as 11.
Correct, but that's only 5. We have Susie, Kathleen, Debbie, Amanda, and Joanne. So I think 17 would take us to Bonnie, number 9. I'm trying to think who's the next one that's closest to 17. I think it's Bonnie.
I would say so.
Okay, so those are our people.
Yay!
Okay. So what we're going to do now is with these people, we're going to go round robin. And I'm going to give you 1 minute to talk. And don't be offended if I kind of push you off like they do the Academy Awards, where there won't be any music, but I'll just be saying, okay, got to wrap it up, because we're trying to keep really close to our times here. So what we would like you to do, what is your why for being here today? Just sort of talk about that briefly in 1 minute. And then also, what is your favorite beverage? Julie wanted to ask that. She's jokingly saying, is it coffee, tea, tequila, whatever it is. You can share that with us. And we will start right now. So why don't we just go with Susie first? Can you unmute yourself? And I'm going to just time you for a minute.
Okay.
And let me grab my clock so I can make sure that I'm doing this properly.
All right.
Okay, so go ahead.
Hello. I love Julie, and she's helped me so much on my journey. And truthfully, I just so drawn to learning more about my spiritual contract, which is what I've been told I have, and opposed to like my material world, which I'm definitely involved in also, and had a lot of changes. So I just really feel like I need to be here. So I can't explain. And my favorite beverage, I love coffee in the morning and a little tequila at night. But water's really good. Water is one of my favorites too. So.
Okay. Anything else that you want to add to that? You were kind of short.
You know, I'm totally going through all kind of spiritual stuff right now, and I'm actually I'm interested in communicating more with my ancestors, with my guides, with my mother, with who's passed on recently, and I'm just trying to resolve what's going on in my head. I'm sick of the old patterns, sick of myself. I have good days, bad days. I want more good days. So.
Okay, that makes perfect sense to me. All right. So the next person we're going to do is Kathleen. So Kathleen, can you unmute yourself? Kathleen?
Hello?
Hi, Kathleen. So
hello.
what are you there?
I am. I can't get my video to work. I don't know why. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, that's okay. You can just talk to us. Just tell us what's your why for being here, what's going on, what's your favorite beverage, all that fun stuff.
Well, somehow, and I don't know quite how, but I got onto Julie's email listing, and I get the updates, and I really, really enjoy them every week, her channeled guidance. I've been involved in spiritual work for a long time. 2 years ago, I quit a corporate job to go into consulting to start my healing practice. So I've gone into consulting. It's going well, more flexibility with time, but I'm feeling some trepidation about starting my healing practice. And I'm also feeling I want to move and get out of New York because it's getting to be too crowded and too much. So a lot of change for me. A lot of change. And I'd also like more of a community of like-minded spiritual individuals.
Absolutely, I get that. Are you in New York City proper?
I'm just north of New York City in Westchester.
Okay, yeah, I can imagine.
20 minutes north, yeah.
Wonderful, Kathleen. Thanks so much. Okay, we're going to go with Debbie next. So Debbie, go ahead and unmute yourself. Debbie, you there?
Yes, I'm here. I had to get back to the right screen.
I'm like, oh no, we're going to have to go back to picking another person.
I had to go back 3 steps like you said before. I actually started a bionetic business about 1.5 years ago. And ever since I started working more in energy, I've had a lot of things coming forward with me and my daughter. And I guess I am looking for more like-minded people as well. And I'd like to move forward in this and get out of my full-time job I was in. I did cut my hours in half about 6 weeks ago, and which was very scary. But I did, and I've definitely felt much less stress and happier. But I want to move in this other direction where I feel I'm meant to be and to help people, which is what my goal is. Doing acupressure and all different kinds of things that I can think of to help someone. That's my biggest goal, is to help people.
Debbie, I love that. And that's just, it's such an important time right now because we really are being called to help more people using our own life situations. So that's wonderful that you're heeding the call. So welcome.
And Debbie, can I just ask, are you on Susan's list or my list?
Actually, yours, Julie.
Oh, okay. Thank you,
Yes.
Debbie.
I'm the one that had the husband with the broken neck.
Oh,
That's
Debbie.
me.
Whoa.
Yes,
look
we
at
have
that
something in
pic.
common.
Yay. Awesome, awesome. Okay, Susan.
Okay, our next person is going to be Amanda. Amanda, can you unmute yourself?
Which one? Amanda Love or the Amanda 11?
Oh boy, I think it was just Amanda Love.
Okay.
Hi, can you hear me?
We can hear you perfectly, Amanda. Go ahead.
Great. Well, I'm on your list, Susan, because I was a client of yours a couple of years ago when I lived in California. So that's how I ended up here. And I am
Welcome.
looking for a group of like-minded people because I'm a dual professional. I'm a nurse and a psychotherapist. And I'd like to get more in touch with my intuition in order to help my clients, especially my private practice, which is going well, but I will soon be out on my own and fully licensed and have my own practice. So I'm going to be developing what that is going to become. And I want it to be, very spiritually based and use my own life to help my clients, which seems to work the best right now, actually. And also I'm going to continue in my nursing career, and I'm looking at whether I should sort of move up into a more of an administrative aspect of that or not. So if that might be the right path for me, I want some support in that to kind of feel my way through that.
Okay. Have you been working in hospitals and things like that with your nursing?
Yes. Yeah, I'm doing behavioral health at University Medical Center in New Orleans now, which is a very severe population of mentally ill patients. We have 60 beds, and we have
Wow.
a major severe population there.
Wow. Okay. Thank you very, very much, Amanda. Okay, Joanne, we've got our next person going. Come on, Joanne, you can unmute yourself.
Okay. Hello.
Hi, Joanne. Go ahead. You're on.
Okay. I was just really curious. I want to develop more of my intuitive, skills or whatever. And I am a healing touch practitioner at a hospital. And I'm a little bit, well, I hate to bring this up, but I'm a little bit confused. I used to follow Doreen, the angel.
Virtue.
Yeah.
Doreen Virtue.
Yeah. And now I get all these emails, and it's like she is like totally against energy healing, and she's, strictly Jesus, and, which is fine, but that just confused the hell out of me. So I guess I'm
all of us, Joanne.
Well, I mean, there are so many hospitals where I live in Cincinnati here that do healing touch, on their patients. And, when she was online on Facebook, and since then I've snoozed her, but she was talking about energy healing, that was a no-no, And so, anyway, I just want more clarity, I think, in my life, and, and move forward with that, so.
Thank you very much, Joanne. We
Joanne,
understand
what's
exactly
your
what you're saying.
What's your last name, Joanne?
It's Harmeyer.
And are you on my list or Susan's?
Susan's list, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay.
And then Bonnie is our last person. Bonnie, where are you, dear?
Hello.
Hi, Bonnie. So welcome back. It's so nice to see you.
Yes, nice to see you too.
So go ahead. This is your time.
Well, yes, I was in a mastermind a few years ago with Susan and Julie. And can you hear me okay? Or am I yelling?
Yes. No, you're good.
And, I've participated in other masterminds with Julie and another group. And I'm able to manifest so many in my life. Really, I've changed my life a lot from that starting point to where it is now. And I've learned through that process, though, that I need to be more specific with what I'm manifesting. And so I guess just I really enjoy the camaraderie of being together with people that are also doing the same type of things. And so that's one reason for being here. Also, just kind of feeling stuck where I am, not knowing if it's where I should be or if I should move on to doing some healing practice. I do have my second degree level of Reiki. And I'm not sure. You know, I need some guidance, I think, or maybe some psychic clarity on where I really am going here. So that's about
Well,
it.
you've come to the right place, Bonnie. You know that.
Right.
Okay. So now we've got the 6 people and we've talked about that. So, Julie, are we going to jump into the hypnosis now?
We are. This is a really exciting part. I know some of you that know me know that I'm a hypnotherapy guru, and I've got a really awesome one for you today. And so I'm going to go ahead and unpin Bonnie and pin myself. There we go. Okay, so take a nice deep breath. We're jumping right in, everybody. Take a nice deep breath. Make sure you're in a sacred, well, it doesn't need to be sacred, but not good to listen while you're driving. I don't recommend listening to hypnosis while you are driving.
Do you want to make sure everybody mutes themselves and takes themselves off video? Does that matter to you?
I will close out the video so you're just seeing me.
Okay.
Yeah, so no worries in that view, but I'm going to go ahead and unmute or mute all, and just to be on the safe side. Okay, we're going to just jump right in here. So this this hypnotherapy is called Let Go and Fly. Let Go and Fly. And I'm actually going to move my video camera into my photo so that you are focusing 100% on my voice. And so I want you to close your eye, or we're going to start this one. This one actually starts with your eyes open. So I want you to choose a spot to focus on, somewhere on the wall or ceiling. I want you to let all of your focus go to that one spot. And I want you to notice the way your body feels, how easy and gentle your breathing is, how perfectly comfortable your body is feeling right now. Right now, there's nothing you have to do. There's nowhere you need to be. You're just relaxing. Right now, you can put all of your attention on that spot. Let all of your thoughts drift and wander and float. Noticing how much more you see in your field of vision, and take all of the room in. Looking at that spot like you've never looked at it before. In a moment, you're going to notice your eyes getting a little heavier, feeling more relaxed. With every breath, allowing your eyes to get so relaxed and heavy that they feel like they want to close. You may notice that every blink makes your eyes feel heavier. And as you allow this to happen, you welcome that feeling of letting your eyes get heavier. So heavy that they just want to close. And when your eyes are just too heavy to keep open, you can let them close. And the moment they close, you feel a wonderful wave of relaxation float all the way down your body. And now when I count to 3, you can let your eyes get twice as heavy, twice as relaxed, so heavy that you just can't open them. Now relax your eyes so deeply that they are literally too heavy to open. In a moment, you'll be able to test your eyes just to prove to yourself that they are indeed too relaxed to open. Now when I count to 3, I want you to double the relaxation in your eyes. Make them twice as heavy. 1, 2, 3. Now you can try to open your eyes and prove to yourself that they're just too heavy to open. Good, 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 good. You're doing awesome. Stop testing them and let your eyes, let yourself relax. even further, letting your whole body become as relaxed as your eyes close down even further. Now, when I count to 3, let your eyes double that relaxation again, and this time let it float all the way down through your arms, your legs, like a wave of relaxation. Let go and fly. Our hypnotherapy today is designed to help you release any limiting belief systems and blocks that are holding you back from living and being the best version of you. As you're lying there so peacefully, so calm and relaxed, I'd like you to imagine, what would it feel like if you could actually fly? If you could soar through the air, free and alive like a bird. Now, you don't have to actually imagine that you have wings and feathers, and you don't have to pretend that you're leaving your body or anything. But as you are so very relaxed right now, imagine how beautifully special you feel now that you actually have the power to fly. And as you prepare to take flight, maybe you spread your wings, or maybe you put your arms above your head like Superman. It doesn't really matter. Just allow yourself to do whatever you feel you need to do to get ready in your own mind to take flight and soar above the world, free, alive, and completely at peace with yourself. But before you take flight, please take notice of all the chains and anchors which are holding you back. That's right. Notice all of the limiting beliefs and tired thoughts and old habits of yourself and other people which have chained you to the ground. And I wonder if you can really feel the weight of these chains, which are preventing you from flying. Thick, heavy links, which are holding you back from your right to be free. Take a moment for yourself now and notice the texture of these heavy chains. Are they rough or smooth, or maybe both in different parts? What do these tiresome old chains feel like as they bog you down? And I wonder if they could talk, what would they say? Perhaps they would say, "You can't fly." And knowing that misery loves company, they might be saying, "Stay with us on the ground. You don't want to go way up there." But as you look closely at these binding links, you may be surprised to notice that however ferociously that these chains appear to be holding you down, if you look really close, you will notice that you are holding on to these chains. You are the one holding tightly onto these old habits, these disgusting limiting beliefs. You are holding yourself onto the ground. These chains may be forged by the ideas and comments of others, but you are the one holding on to them. And to whatever extent that you so strongly desire to live your life free and successful, you let go of all chains and bad habits because you owe it to yourself. You are your body's keeper. You are responsible for your own well-being, your own happiness, your own success, your own freedom. And just as misery loves company, success leads to even more success. If you look up, you will notice other people flying. See how happy they look up there, free from their bad habits here on the ground. And you can feel how happy they feel. And you can hear it in their voices as they laugh way up in the sky, free from all chains. And to whatever extent that you so strongly desire to be free, you now begin to physically let go of a chain. You simply make the commitment to let go of a limiting belief. It all begins in your head. Let go of an outdated habit. Let go of the hurts and be free. Let go of the pain and drama and be free. You owe it to yourself to let go of your old ideas, to let go of other people's ideas and bad habits. They only hold you back. And as you begin to let go of the past, you actually notice yourself feeling lighter. And as you have seen this change in other people, you actually walk more erect. And you stand taller. As you let go of the old habits, you feel more confident and strong on your own. Your posture is more proud of your new commitment to yourself to be free. So I wonder if you can find yourself letting go of more limiting beliefs and notice how good it feels as you let go of the past and embrace yourself. And as you realize that there's nothing that anyone can say or do to hold you back, you feel so good, so light, that you actually begin to float up into that air. And you realize for the first time in a long, long time that when you finally let go, that you feel so happy, so lighter than air, that you begin to smile and feel incredibly good inside, totally at peace and free. Because now you are finally alive, alive and free. And you smile, and it feels good to let go and fly, to be yourself, for yourself, for now, forever. And think of all of the places that you can fly away to, beautiful places. And you don't have to know where you're going to, because beautiful people attract other beautiful people. Successful people attract other successful people. Confident people attract other confident people. People who are truly free will attract each other. When you smile, you attract other people who smile. And people who have let go of the past and all limiting chains are free to find each other and fly. And simply take another moment for yourself and enjoy this wondrous and awesome, peaceful feeling of flying for a moment. Noticing how good it feels to fly above the world, to fly away from all chains in the past, to fly away from your bad habits and leave them behind, to fly away from other people's bad habits. Let them go and fly. To let go of all hurts and pains and simply fly away, free and alive, knowing that you now find yourself smiling more because you are free. You've made a commitment to yourself, for yourself, to let go and be free, to fly, because you deserve to fly and join others like yourself, free and alive, for now and forever. And in a moment, I'm going to count to 3. And on the count of 3, you're going to open your eyes and you're going to feel amazing in every way, ready to take the next step in your life. 1, 2, 3. Eyes open, wide awake and alert, feeling positively amazing about every area of your life, and ready to recreate and begin anew. Yay! Love fresh starts. Fresh starts and new beginnings. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, so Susan, take it away.
That was lovely, Julie. Thank you. Now, I know that we were originally going to do 10 minutes. I'm thinking more like 8 minutes now. Does that seem
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
I'm going to. Now, those 6 people that we were working with before, we gave you a little bit of the skinny just to kind of briefly talk about yourself a little bit. But now what we'd like you to do, and we're going to go in the same order. We'll be starting with Susie. So I just want you to talk to Julie and I about ways that you think that we can help you. All right.
Okay.
So make sure everybody's muted at this point. I'm hearing a little feedback. Just want to make sure everybody's muted. So Susie, you're going to be the first person who's going to start. I'm setting the timer for 8 minutes.
Okay.
Julie and I, don't be surprised, we're going to pop in and we're intuitively tapping in as you're talking, so we may very well be giving you input. Is that correct, Julie?
Yes, and the group, everybody in the group of 6 is invited to tune in, to join that energy, Susie's energy, to assist and help her. So actually, before we actually begin the 8 minutes, Susan, I want everybody on the call, because this is a collective force that we're creating right here. And so God is working through each and every one of us, saying and presenting information for everyone, not just the 6 that are participating. So I want everybody just to take a deep breath and call in your spiritual team. All right, so close your eyes, take a nice deep breath as we open that magical portal of communication with your spiritual team, your higher self, and my guide Metatron, and Susan's guide Jacob. Feel their love and support as they all come together and show up for each and every one of us. We have 20 people here on this call. This is so exciting. Oh, I can feel, they're like all dancing up there. They're like, yay, this is fun. So much fun. All right, Susie, take it away.
All right, thank you. I like a lot of these people, I took a big leap of faith in February, quit my long-term job, definitely followed my spiritual path with Julie and learned a lot more about Metatron and myself. I've actually moved to a different state, pursuing a heart's desire of acting. Same token, my spiritual path is extremely prevalent, and I feel it's huge. My intuition has grown leaps and bounds. A lot of things are really on the right path. However, I get anxious, I get depressed, thinking about, I've been through like a lot with my family. My mother died in April, and I had a lot of family discord after that, and kind of felt like the black sheep, only because I just had to do what I had to do to live and survive. And my mother, I think, is very much with me. But I do feel like I need to keep nurturing my spiritual self, because I get pulled back into the negative thoughts and kind of just not good thoughts. I want to get rid of those patterns, but I do want to develop myself. My intuition. I'm doing a lot more with what I want to do. I do a lot more intuitive type things. Reiki, tarot cards, just talking to Metatron, talking to Uriel, talking to my guides, things that no one really understands in my family. So I'm just trying not to be too crazy, but I feel like I am so much more crazy, but in a good way. And in a good way. And I feel happy for the most part when I'm done, but I know I can get better, and I want to be better. And it's the inside out, not so much the outside in. So I want to develop myself just to be more happy and pursue my goals. I feel like, a happier person is going to make better choices and not necessarily impulsive choices. I'm kind of a dramatic, impulsive person sometimes. So trying not to do that. So, but that's why I'm here. So
It's
how's
interesting.
that?
Oh, no, see, that's great. That's great. Julie and I are both diligently writing down things.
Okay.
It's interesting because you feel to me like actually somebody who's a really good manifester. You know, you've got that natural way about you.
Thank you.
I was immediately drawn to when you were talking about the negative self-talk.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it feels like sometimes you're manifesting things you don't want to manifest, though, because you're very powerful at doing that.
Yeah.
So I do think one of the things that we should be working on with you, or like trying to do that, is learning to sort of reprogram the inner voice, the inner chatter, because it feels to me like you were raised by a little bit of negativity, and it's been something you've overcome, and you've done a really great job doing, but it's still a challenge.
Yeah, a lot of family pain. I mean, truthfully, I actually have a twin brother who we've had, which is so strange, because I'm going to say he's kind of more on the dark side, which I think, you know what, that's kind of what I'm trying to like, I don't want to, I've been hurt a lot, but like, who hasn't? But my mother died, long story short, mother died, there was a will, there was lies, fake will, real will, I got kind of ripped off in the money, blah, blah, blah. I just freaking left anyway. And I left with my soul. And so I'm trying to and those people, they're kind of like still on me in a psychological way. And I want to let that go. I know where they are. I've been there. I grew up that way. And I love my poor parents. They went through hell. But I feel like my mom is extremely spiritual. So is my father. They're both passed on.
And
but I feel like,
Susie, I'm going to interrupt you. You've got about 3 minutes.
Okay.
And so I think you want to, hear from myself and maybe a couple of the other people on the team here. So forgive me, but I know you appreciate that. So I mean, I'm pulled a couple cards, and you get the natural born counselor. So when I look at your energy, you are just this beam of light. And the other card I pulled was follow your dreams. And it's that beautiful fairy energy. And this is your time. I mean, clairaudiently, that's what I'm hearing, is this is your time, that you don't have to think about anybody but Susie. And that's okay. And that it's just time for you to loosen up and really go for it. Yeah. And I do see you being incredibly successful as you heal some of these issues that are actually interfering with your ability. It's about confidence, and this program, I mean, if it's something you decide to move into, would really, really help you with your confidence level. I am sensing that there are some other people in the group that want to share a minute.
Good. Thank you. Good. Please do.
If you're in the group, unmute yourself and share a few words with Susie today.
Hi, this is Bonnie. I just wanted to say that I could see this big snowball when Susie was talking. It's like it starts out small and it keeps growing, growing, growing. Whatever Susie's thinking, whatever Susie's doing, it seems like she's a powerful manifester, like Susan said. And so, Susie, I think what your thoughts really drive where your life is at. That's what I'm seeing. So you're right that got to keep it positive, and if you do, you're going to have a fantastic time. You know, that's what I saw.
Excellent. All right, thanks, Bonnie.
And the one thing I want to point out here too is it's very important to listen to the messages that the other people are getting, because very oftentimes they're being given to all of us.
Oh yeah. Okay. Good point. And I have manifested some really good things. I mean, there's so much that I'm happy about. But yeah, there's this nagging crap I want to get rid of. And I know, and it's all within. And so I'm pretty good at coming out looking pretty good on the outside. But there are moments where it's really hard, because I kind of keep remembering what I've just been through in April, May, June. And I feel like I kind of escaped. But I'm not really escaped yet, because it's still kind of, I'm a prisoner of my mind. And I know that I can get beyond that with some help. So.
Right. Okay, so we'll be wrapping that up. Okay, so anybody else have anything that they want to add to Susie before we move on to the next person? Anybody else? Nope. Okay, good. All right. So the next person we're going to do is Kathleen. So go ahead, Kathleen. You can unmute yourself.
And I just want to, Susan, I just want to mention too, we had a comment in the chat room. Alexis just wanted to share, sending you love, lost my mom in May. I get it. I feel the negative is habit and not your truth. And I do just want to apologize. We missed Jeff. Jeff did pick the number 17 and accidentally posted it privately. And we didn't catch that. So my apologies there, Jeff. We'll have to, I'll come back around and connect with you privately, sweetheart. Thank you. All right, go ahead, Susan.
Okay, so Kathleen is going next. So go ahead, Kathleen.
Okay, well, I just have to say, Susie, I just resonated so much with everything you just said in terms of negative family. My mother died. I have a twin brother, negative childhood. Like, I'm like, what are we, twins or something? Like, and when we're talking, your eyes were such a beautiful, clear blue.
Thank you.
I wish I could get my camera to work because my eyes are green, but and I have blonde hair, but you just, your energy is so great, and I really, really resonated with you. So a lot of what you said, I'm going through with now, in terms of, I don't know, I just really resonated with what you said. So let me pull it back to me. The negative thought forms, when we were doing that lovely meditation, Joy, and the chains, my chains were like, they weren't like a solid metal, they were like muck, like mud or gook that I was holding on to, and it was getting on me, and even though I let it go, it was still smeared on my hands. And a lot of that is from childhood black sheep conditioning thing, where you're the spiritual one and no one else in your family is, and you're alone in your family of origin, and and alone with the family spouses, and alone, it's just, the sibling thing is a little tough for me now. Where else am I going with this? Sorry. I think it's the spiritual, yeah.
Kathleen, if you have any questions, you can also ask questions too.
Okay. I'm working on overcoming, I mean, there's a lot of negativity in the world right now, and I'm working on my point of attraction and what I'm focusing on and what I'm thereby drawing into me. So I'm, of course, getting rid of the negative news and negative things, but I'm finding that in a very subtle level in my whole life, where attention goes, energy flows, and I'm being very, very careful when I could catch it and notice when I'm starting to feel badly, like what I'm focusing on. Is it in the past? Is it now? Is it in the future? You know, is it future anxiety? Like, that's really helping me. So I guess my question is just being brave enough to step out into, I mean, I have to say I'm a pretty brave person, but just how can I manifest more of what I want more quickly? Let's just throw that out there and see what the guides say, if anyone has anything coming up for them.
Honestly, Kathleen, the first thing I'm hearing is organization. It's like,
okay,
just, you are able to organize your thoughts. It's going to make you feel as though you're able to breathe so much better. It's like, and it grounds you too. It's like, it feels to me like you're a note person, like you need to see it. Some people need to see words in front of them in order for them to register, or otherwise they kind of float away. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So to me, it's like just the simple act of sitting down in the morning. Like Julie always talks about sitting in your chair, saying, this is my goal for the day. This is what I want to do. Spirit people, sit quietly with me. I'm going to have my tea. You know, I just feel that would help you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And to jump in on that too, I was picking up a couple things. I'm working with this Golden Age movement, and it's just been life-changing. And so the big thing that I picked up was about, it's not the story, it's how it's making you feel. So what might be more beneficial, instead of trying to figure out where it's coming from, is to just focus on how you're feeling. And I've really been going through some metamorphosis lately. Susan, we got to talk. It's incredible. So you go into that pain, you go into that feeling, and no fear. There's just no fear anymore. And I'm going to face it. I'm going to deal with it. I'm not going to run away from it. It's never the story. It's always how the story makes you feel. So when you let go of the attachments to he did this or she did that, or, you know, the story, let go of the story. And what's left is the pain, the feeling, the emotion. And then what I do is I imagine my inner child crying. And I just say, you know, it's okay. I'm here. I'm here for you. We're going to get through this. Whatever this emotion is, well, however you're feeling, just be with it. We're going to just sit here as long as it takes to be in this pain. And it's okay. I'm facing my fear. I'm facing this pain. I'm not going to run and I'm not going to hide. I'm not going to mantra it away, which was my old behaviors. So once you really feel into that pain, then you can begin speaking mantras, speaking truths, you know, those verbiages that we like to use. But that key, really focusing in on that pain, a lot of healing. I pulled 2 cards for you. You got the Harmony card. Yay! You're going to get through this. And then you got Archangel Uriel helping you with unforgiveness, helping you release anger. So you're on the right path, sweetheart.
Okay, does anybody else have anything that they want to share with her? Anybody? You can just unmute
I
yourself.
do.
Go ahead, Susie.
I would just say that this was a journey, but I did start by writing everything and listening. And Julie, your meditations and your mantras did help me quite a bit. It's kind of building my confidence. You know, my spiritual confidence came before my acting confidence in a way, because like to me, actors are channelers, if I may be so bold.
Oh, no.
And I kind of had to make that connection, like, you know what, I am doing something right. And maybe I'm not like Julie or you, Susan, but you know what, I know what I'm thinking is right. And I know what I'm hearing is right. And just the confidence to kind of follow that. But you're right, but being organized, I had lots of good, I'm going to say, I don't know.
Susie, I don't mean to interrupt you, sweetheart, but this is Kathleen's time, so we need to focus on Kathleen.
Okay, so we're not in 8 minutes anymore, Julie?
Yeah, we're 8 minutes.
Okay, I've got my timer set right at 8 minutes. So
yeah,
go ahead.
How much time do we have left for Kathleen?
It's 44 seconds. Well, it's okay. We'll just jump forward. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to keep my timer specifically correct. So, okay, so sorry about that. Okay. So we're going to jump over to Debbie now. Debbie, you with me?
Hey, I unmuted quicker this time.
Okay, Debbie, go ahead.
I guess I've been going through a lot of kind of getting rid of things over the past, it seems like forever, but 6 months, let's say. Seems like I'm outgrowing friends. You know, I don't have like a best friend I can talk to about everything, that understands, that doesn't think I'm crazy, you know. I talk to my mom a lot, which has been great. You know, but I did start a business a year and a half ago, and I did drop my hours in half, and they did cut my pay in half, which was huge. I moved my business into a chiropractor's office about 6 weeks ago also. And so it's been slowly growing, and I'm going into events, having tables, trying to like get my name out there and what I do. I guess I want to know I don't know where to go next. Like, how can I get myself out there more recognized, so this could become, you know, I can help more people and I can go in that direction instead of sitting in an office. That's what's holding me back, is, you know, is how badly I don't like that job. So it is I want to move forward. I don't want to be stuck at a desk for my life. So.
Okay, does anybody want to start with that?
Well, I can jump in and just start with some things that I did to get myself rolling. So early in my career, I always offered something free. I did a workshop or a class, or, I mean, anything. And you're in a chiropractic's office, correct, Debbie?
Yes.
Yeah, and that's actually, I used to host a book club in a chiropractic's office. It's an excellent space. I mean, I would expect you're in working in an office that's more spiritually based, that's more open to what you're offering. But that was a huge tip that I had that really helped me launch my business. And then doing stuff
I
online.
do that. I offer free lasering. I offer free acupressure, multiple different things I've offered for free while I'm in the office and out of the office.
Excellent, excellent. Susan, any other tips?
You know, it sounds like, you know, and it's interesting too that you said, you know, you've lost a lot of friends, because when we start resonating at a different vibe than we've had in the past, people fall away.
Yes.
And, you know, I mean,
and quickly.
Houses, you know, I mean, like really close people will fall away. So it is very important that you're still building your tribe, though. So I am feeling that there's a need for that. And it feels like it's not just on a professional level, though. It's a very personal level.
Yes.
None of us are an island, and you shouldn't feel like you're an island. And so I just have the impression that's something that if you did choose to do this, I feel that would be good for you in that area. And also I just get the impression that you might want to put some of your focus, because I feel like what you do, word of mouth, is very, very important. And I get the impression that if you've got a bigger tribe, just even that word of mouth is going to help you exponentially.
And that's what I'm trying to do. It's like where to go to get that even.
Yeah, it can be something as simple as doing meetups and finding like a chanting group or a meditation group. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be in your chosen field. It just has to be of a people that have that higher vibe. Because if you're forced to be with people who have that lower vibration, it can negatively affect your health. It can negatively affect other aspects of you. And it's like you need
Hence my job I need to get out of. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And so, I mean, and honestly, it's like if the work starts getting more difficult, it's like the universe sometimes doesn't give us gentle nudges. Sometimes they push really hard.
Right.
You know, so
that is what happened, I swear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have anything that they'd like to add to that?
Say something? I'd say don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of change. Have faith in God and Source. Don't be afraid.
Definitely.
Because I think fear is what's hurt me. I mean, I cannot tell you, fear is stifling. But like I don't know how you do that other than try to meditate and try to get in touch with yourself. Don't be afraid.
No, I'm ready to move forward.
Good. You're halfway there.
I just had a brief marketing that was going through my head, playing like a movie, and it was that people like to travel. Take them on a trip. Show them where they go with whatever your product is. So if you're doing something that's affecting people's skin, it sounded like, you can make a video. I don't know if you have a website that focuses on like an emotional appeal of what their life is like before and what their life is like after, and how they're going to feel once they have that, you know, their new face, their new whatever it is that you're offering.
Very good. That's a good idea.
Bonnie, I love that.
Yeah, that's great, Bonnie. Yeah, the other thing I was going to mention too, you know, when we're looking to expand and extend our market, like Susan said, it's not just professionally, it's also personally. So join as much stuff as you possibly can. What are you interested in? You know, what are you passionate about? Take an art class or a dance class. But just get out there, start meeting new people, start talking, and that can actually sometimes move you into areas that you wouldn't have reached.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, wonderful. All right, thank you. So now we're going to go to Amanda. So go ahead and unmute yourself, Amanda.
Okay. Hi, Larry.
Hello.
Hey.
Okay, so go ahead and tell us a little bit about how we can help you, rather professionally or personally.
Well, yeah, both on both ends. Professionally, I think I'm having a lot of different opportunities come up, and I've been pretty good in the past about following the best path for myself intuitively as far as career opportunities. But I've had some difficulties at my job at the hospital where I feel like sometimes I've been a little defensive, a little abrasive, and I feel like that's not really me. And I'm trying to find ways to go inside and figure out how I can soften that up, where that comes from, that kind of thing. And I'm also in a relationship now that has really helped me get into some of the more my shadow side that I just wasn't able to get in touch with on my own. And a lot of that is, fear-based, defensiveness from, traumas that I've been through in the past, trying to, protect myself from something bad happening by, trying to get a step ahead of it, which is not really necessary. I need to just kind of relax more. And I feel like the visualization with the chains, that was really good for me. I felt like the chains that I had on me were old and rusty chains that were going to be easy to just break off and fall away. So I like that image. And also, I'm trying to maybe manifest a new life for myself and outside of the city. I'm in New Orleans right now, and I'd like to be on the other side of the lake, which is out sort of in a small town. That's where I'd like to go, and I'm wondering if that's going to be the right direction for me. So I would appreciate any kind of intuitive input that you could give me on those kind of things. The shadow work and the future, moving out of the city.
Right. Okay, Amanda, first of all, when you were talking, I'm going to commend you for talking about your shadow side. That is huge. I mean, that's so many people, they just don't even want to embrace their shadow side. So for you to be like, hey, I'm here and I'm delving into this, it's like, you go, girl. So it's like, because truly, I mean, have you ever heard that quote, life is like photography, you develop through the negatives? I mean, that's really where your most growth is going to come from. So hands down, you go. That's awesome. In relationships, that always is the way that goes. But when you were talking, I was most drawn. I was actually feeling little shallow breaths. So I feel like you might need to do some breath work and some grounding activities. It just feels like it's going to help you. It's going to help because that in the nursing, and you're saying, you can be short with people sometimes. I feel like it's like there needs to be like, I'm going to take a breath and then I'm going to react. And not react, but respond. And I feel like that, just getting into like slowing your breath down. It's one of the things I always tell clients is to slowly breathe in for 4 counts and slowly blow out for 4 counts, putting your hand over your heart and try to do that several cycles. And it'll just slow everything down and it really changes your energy. And you might notice if you do that before work, you'll react a little slower.
Okay. That sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shadow work's never easy, is it? Oh my goodness. Well, a few things, let me pin that. A few things that came up. Well, when one of the cards I pulled was from the Life Purpose, Time to Decide. So, you really are at a crossroads in your life. And, Spirit really wants you to kind of make up your mind. And you have lots of opportunities, but it's, kind of having that path, kind of having something to focus on. And I get the feeling that there are things that are, I call them gremlins, that pop up and, you can't do that, or, no, that's not going to work, or, don't go there, that are constantly batting us down and making us feel like it's not worth our effort, or that it's not going to work. So why bother even trying? So I get the sense that a lot of the fears are unfounded, that they are truths that you're believing, but they're really illusions. And so that brings us back to that, the meditation, and your chains are old and rusty. And so, that really is your truth, that the chains are old and rusty. And, you have the choice. You can either continue to allow them to keep you held back, or you can just simply step out of it. But another theme that came up for you tonight is friendship. And so I do get the sense that, as well as, we've had, actually, this has been a theme throughout tonight, is friendship and meeting new friends and engaging in new activities, or giving your time to friends who maybe you've been too busy for in the past. So kind of that reprioritizing, if you will. But it's all about vibration. And so when we talk about meeting new people and expanding your energy field, it's all about vibration. Because when you begin to vibrate higher, as Susan talked about, you start to attract different people, which means a lot of times you can find yourself very alone, because you have to continue the cycle. So as the old people fall away, if you're not continually out there continuing that cycle, joining groups and engaging with people, then you're going to feel maybe more alone or disconnected. So friendship is an area that would serve you in focusing on.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Absolutely. And also, Amanda, and this goes for everybody, I find this interesting, and now it can just be the age that we're at, but several of our mothers have come up, either, recently passing. I know mine's getting kind of close to passing. Julie and I've spoken about this too. So to me, I don't, there's no coincidences. It's sort of like we're with this group. These might be certain issues that we're all kind of like attaching ourselves to. So just something to think about. Okay, so Joanne, you're up next. Can you go ahead and unmute yourself? Joanne.
Here I am.
Hi, Joanne.
I've been going through, I had talked to you, Susan, about this, about moving, and the reading that we had. And I'm having a really, really hard time getting rid of some of my items. And what I do is I put them into a stack, and then I go in there and I look and I pull them back out. And so it's like, I think, oh, I need to keep this. And I'm talking clothes, knickknacks, books, everything. And so how do I get through that? I have to let it go, because I haven't looked at some of these books, for example, for like a long time, or read them. It's like, do I just put them in a box and say bye-bye, and then, and then also I do the healing touch, and I'm wondering if there's another modality out there that I should be doing also.
Okay. First of all, I want to, now remember, I was an English major, and my master's degree was also in literature. So the book situation, boy, do I get. Sometimes, and especially as you're talking, you need an outside person to sit with you. So you can sort of go down memory lane with the books and try to give them away. And also I've noticed if I give my books away, which are a piece of me, to people who I really feel like are going to appreciate this. Maybe it's a library that doesn't have a lot of money and they need books. It could be like youth centers, anything like that, especially if they're more spiritually slanted books. They can be different spiritual centers. You know what I mean? So to me, that feels like, because if you looked at my bookshelf right now, for me having all of the education I do, I've probably only got 200 books here. And I could have thousands. And so I get it, but that's how it worked for me, and I feel like it could work well for you.
Okay.
Julie, I don't want to take up. Did you get anything with the healing?
Yeah, I really got that sense that you are, moving into that beautiful space. Emerging comes up from the healing deck. And the move is actually very cathartic for you. It's way more than just a move. It's you are releasing layers and layers. And I really did pick up that the energy work is where your heart and soul is. So anything that continues to grow and expand on energy work.
Okay.
So, if you're not attuned for Reiki, I would highly recommend that. What area are you in? You're in healing touch or healing?
Healing touch practitioner.
Yeah. So any work with the energy field, and there's so many new ones that are coming out right now that are just really, really exciting. So I do see that field's an excellent fit for you. You also got the leadership card from the numerology deck. And so I do see you as a strong leader. I don't see you working for someone else. I do see you like eventually getting your own clinic, running the show, and like managing
That makes sense.
a facility. Can I ask where you're moving?
I haven't, I've been looking online at houses and had talked to a realtor, and it would be within the state of Ohio, but I haven't really come up with a location yet. A lot of places are sold before they're even hardly listed, so.
Yeah. Because I'm getting a sense that I call them an anchor, that we've got some turbulent times coming in the next 3 to 5 years.
Yes.
And I see you kind of on like a big space where people will be coming together. And the healing, you're going to be receiving downloads and lots of information. And you're actually going to come up with your own healing technique. You're still in the study and learn phase.
Right.
So I do still get a sense that there's another certification or workshop or something but that once you get that piece into play, because I'm seeing 3, and once you get that into play, it's like that Merkaba Metatron loves. Once you get that into play, then your own healing technique will evolve from those 3 things. But you're really listen to your guidance for your move, because it's very important.
Okay.
And one other thing that I'm picking up with the move, I don't know where you are in Ohio. Are you near the Kentucky line?
I'm about 20 minutes away.
Okay, because I was drawn to being very close to Kentucky.
Okay.
As you're saying that felt good. Also, the one thing that I felt that I didn't mention, if you've done any sort of crystal healing classes, there's something about you with rose quartz. Whew, it's a good stone for you. And I just feel like there may be, like you need to explore a little bit more about crystal work and the healing that encompasses crystal work.
Okay. Yeah, I have a lot of crystals. I have a lot of crystals, and actually I had met your friend Lisa Williams. She was in town about 1.5 years or so ago and spoke over at our psychic fair that we have here in Cincinnati. So, and she's a wonderful person. I really enjoyed her talk and meeting with her. So,
yeah, no, she's a good egg.
Yeah. And when Susan said crystals, I was picking up crystal grid. So do some research in that area too, because I feel like that's going to be incorporated into the new healing technique that they're downloading to you.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you.
And then Susie did share something that I found very important. Before I moved, I decided to pass along some of my most prized possessions and collections. Sharing the intense love I had of these things with others was, very healing for her. So again, along the lines with Susan, that when it goes to someone instead of just anybody.
Right.
Easier.
Yeah, no, that makes, I have some things I think my family would want, and then I ask them and they say, no, they don't want. So, um, so I'll have to weed out my friends and see which one, what they want. So
There you go.
Yeah, but it feels like helpful to have somebody with you when you start going through things. It just,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah, I totally saw that organizer too before you said that, Susan. I was like, you need to hire one of those people, the declutter lady.
Yeah. Knick-knack queen here, so.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Okay, so we're going to move to Bonnie. Bonnie,
Okay.
I'm here. Mute myself.
So for me, I guess I'm just in a place where wondering if I should, well, I feel like I was more psychically developed and spiritually aware a few years ago. And then I started helping a family member, and I kind of feel like that's gone by the wayside. I'm not doing as many free readings for people and things like that. And I don't feel as tuned in as I used to. I have been working on the Reiki, and I've gotten the second level of that. I'm kind of wondering to myself, because I've gotten a good job a few years ago, so I'm pretty financially stable, and I'm wondering, if I stick with this job of mine, until I retire, is that the path I should take, or should I try to develop myself psychically and Reiki and have a career in that? Maybe that should wait till retirement. I really don't know. I've been asking myself this for a couple of years now, and it's important for me to continue helping the family member too, and that takes a lot of my energy. So any insights on that would be great.
Julie, do you want to jump in first, or do you want me to jump?
I'll have you go first, Susan.
Okay. So, it's interesting because with you, as you were talking about that, sometimes I'll be really drawn to, oh my God, you need to do your spiritual work. And then other times it's like, no, keep your meat and potatoes job. For you, it felt like a 50-50 shot. It doesn't feel like really one is better than the other. It's not that even one is going to teach you more, because I know that the job feels like there's a regiment about it that will allow you to continue to do other things that will still enhance your spirituality. Is that correct, Bonnie?
Yes, it's a job that really helps you develop a lot of patience.
Okay. And that's something we all need. So for me, it doesn't feel like at this time you need to leave that meat and potatoes job. It feels like there's a certain stability about it there's no rush. Okay. That being said, I could see you maybe moving more towards your spiritual path in a 3 or a 4 year period. So it doesn't mean that, you may stay there till retirement, because I think you're much too young for that. But I do get the impression it's not quite yet, and I get the impression as well when you were saying, I feel like my development is kind of not as tuned in. I feel like it is tuned in. It's just that you've gotten so accustomed to it now that it's not as much in your face as shiny and new. You're just naturally using your psychic and intuitive abilities. So,
Gotcha.
you know what I'm saying? So,
I do. Thank you.
Give yourself a little slack on that.
I love that, Susan. I love that. And that's so true. Susan, I hear that from people so often. Oh, my third eye's closed. You got to help me get it back open. And I used to be able to this and that and the other thing, and now it's just nothing. Well, it's a new normal. And when it's
good
normal,
way to put it.
It doesn't feel like anything. So I love that, Susan. I totally agree. I did pull a couple cards for you, Bonnie, because I'm the card queen. And you get Azure. Your desired outcome will occur in the very near future. Have patience and faith, and don't try to force it to happen. And then you also get the health card. And so I get the sense that your health in your life is number one. So if you need to keep this job because of health insurance, then that's okay. But like Susan said, I don't see you being there till retirement. I do see that as you open up to the idea of being someplace else that's less stressful, but has the requirements that you need for income and time and blah, 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 that there will be an opportunity that presents itself in that divine timing. When we look, and so many of you tonight on the call are really wanting to move from day job to dream job, 150%. And I always invite people to create a bridge for themselves. You know, my dream job started out as a passion. I just started taking classes on angels because I was burned out at work and I needed some distraction. And I needed something besides work in my life. And then, you know, look where I'm at today. So that is a bridge. That's creating the bridge. And then suddenly you start to earn an income from that. And then eventually that evolves for you. But you know that. We've talked about all that. But yeah, so number one, that your health is number one. Doing whatever you need to do, and you know, yourself, 100% selfish, focused on you, the shining light. Because without Bonnie's light here, nobody you're connected to, you can't help if you're not here.
Exactly.
So,
Julie, what was the first card you pulled?
Oh, because you probably have this deck, Azure.
Azure. Oh, perfect. Thank you.
I know. Isn't that perfect? It's going to happen. Be patient.
Yay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And we
Thank
would
you
so
both.
love to have you join us here for the Mastermind, Bonnie, if that's something that might work out for you. But all right, Susan, back to you.
Does anyone have anything else that they want to add to it, Bonnie? She still has a minute-ish. Anybody else want to pipe in?
I'm just sharing what Susan shared in the comment. And I appreciate that, Susan, because we're kind of bouncing on our time here. Susie says, make yourself a priority. Do whatever you're drawn to without guilt. I love that, Susie. Bingo. I made a 6-month plan and a list of what I wanted to do and needed to do to meet this. It didn't take me 6 months. That's great. And that's exactly what the mastermind does, is it helps you create that plan and put some things so you feel like you're moving forward.
Thank you.
Okay, so thank you very much, everybody. That was wonderful. Since we're just kind of wrapping up a little bit, and Julie's going to talk a little more at the very end, but I just kind of wanted to close down. And Julie, is it okay if I do our little closing prayer now?
Absolutely.
Okay, so this is something James Van Prong taught me years ago in a class that I had taken with him. And I just want everybody to close their eyes. And I want you to envision your heart chakra opening as wide can be. And I want you to draw your attention to the people that are with us today. And I want you to push your heart energy towards everyone. So we are all just really being loved by each other, supporting each other emotionally. And then I want you to repeat after me. And like I said, I'm the only one that's not muted. So you can just say this quietly to yourself. Happy am I. Healthy am I. Holy am I. Happy am I. Healthy am I. Holy am I. And so it is.
And so it is. Namaste. Love that. All right. Well, we are whittled down to about 12 people here. If anybody has any questions about the Mastermind program, just to recap, it meets this night, Mondays, every other week. So we meet up again on the 23rd. And it's this time, so 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. And anyone who registers, by 9:30, I'll leave it open till 9:30, will receive the free spiritual assessment, and that's a $250 value. So at the end of the program, we usually schedule it out 2 weeks, or I know we've got some holidays in there, so we could go even out a little bit further. But we do a private one-on-one with Susan and I. So Susan and I are together. It's 30 minutes. And we kind of do a spiritual assessment, where we think you're at, how far you've come, what things you need to be working on as you continue reaching for your goals and creating more success in your life. So that's absolutely free if you register by 9:30 tonight. Our price point of $777, that will remain open until midnight tonight. So if you need more time to think about it, there's absolutely no rush. That price point will be open until midnight tonight. And then tomorrow, and for our replay people, the price is actually $888. So it does jump up by $100, and then you don't get the spiritual assessment. If you want to add that on later, then that's an additional cost. So, you know, the 7 reasons that you'd want to join a mastermind. Number 1, you'll be able to ask questions, get feedback from multiple perspectives, and have an opportunity to vent in a safe place, do some brainstorming with like-minded people, be seen and heard. That connection and collaboration with a team of people is invaluable. But most importantly, what I've found whenever I do a mastermind, and I only do a private mastermind in person with Susan once a year. I don't offer this type of a program at all in any other area. And what I love the most about this masterminding is that it creates a collective consciousness. It's an entity all on its own. And it's this manifesting masterpiece because you're able to tap into the power of manifesting at an quantum level. It's pretty incredible. I know I've done I haven't done in person, only with Susan, but I normally host like an annual, and it's all like a blog, and blogging is powerful. But when you come together with 8 of us in person every other week for 2 hours, boom, it is really powerful. Okay, any closing questions or thoughts from you, Susan? Oh,
Nope.
Crystal said she just signed up. Yay, Crystal.
Gotta love Crystal. She's a little go-getter.
Oh, she is. I love her. She's a spitfire.
Yeah. But just the spiritual assessment, like Julie was talking about, to me, the 2 main things here are the spiritual assessment's amazing to get, amazing opportunity to get, but the just to feel like there's a tight-fitting community of people that you can really spill your guts to. And as women, and especially Julie, you can correct, I think you probably see this as much as I do. When we do readings for women, so many times they show up metaphorically for me as like they're carrying the world on their shoulders, you know, and we women just naturally have this thing. We've got 8 balls up in the air at once, and we're like, oh no, I got this. And we're the support to everybody else, and nobody's supporting the support, you know? So to me, that truly is what I found this to be the best thing is we need to support each other. We really do. I mean, I feel the divine goddess in all of us, and that's just beautiful.
That is. I love that. Divine goddess in all of us. Oh my gosh, Susan, I love you. All right. Well, we're going to close it out. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us tonight. If everybody could unmute themselves and say goodbye, that would be awesome.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us.